Welcome back, folks, to the Lighthead Online Video Show. This episode of the show is brought to you by Keystone Technologies. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com. The Retrofit Kings, Greg.
Check them out. They've got all new product, great website, great service. Everything about them's good. We know that.
Okay, so we've had a lot of requests to comment on this Signify Cooper stitch up.
Stitch up. Is that what they call it in Canada?
I don't know what it's called. But I mean, it's an acquisition by a European company, of American company, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. And people get excited about this, but you know what my opinion is? And this is just total speculation, okay? But what you see in the tech world tends to play itself out in other industries kind of down the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember, like, I don't know if it was 10 years ago or whatever, when Google and all these companies started buying up Motorola, like Google bought Motorola and then this company bought that, and there was all this like mergers and acquisitions and all that sort of stuff, right? And then it turned out that it was about patents, right?
Sure.
And I kind of follow the business news, and I just remember that there was this time during the tech world where there was a constant, like, we got to build our patent portfolio. We got to build our patent portfolio. And then every time I've seen Signify in the news, every time, it's something to do with patents. They're suing somebody for patent infringement. This company's getting sued by Signify for patent infringement. That company's getting sued by Signify for patent infringement. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, or what. I don't know how many cases there are out like this, but do you notice that?
I do, actually. Now that you say that, it seems like a lot of it has been related to lawsuits and things, for sure.
Yeah, so Signify is suing this company, and you're like, oh, okay, next. Right? Like, who cares about that?
Right.
Like, the average light bulb jockey running around, it's like, okay, Signify. So who's Signify? Oh, yeah, it used to be Philips. Oh, yeah, okay. And what are they doing? Oh, they're suing. Okay, some patent thing. Oh, okay, next.
Who cares?
But every time I see them, it's not like Signify has this great new product. It's going to revolutionize the lighting world, and you can't wait for it. It's always like sue, sue, sue. And then they all of a sudden this Cooper stitch up comes out, and I read this other thing that Cooper has a lot of patents.
Mm-hmm.
And I lean back in my chair and I say, I wonder if somebody sat down, like, okay, let me tell you this. You know that the President of the United States could look up Greg Ehrich right now, and he could know every single search term that you ever entered into the Google search box within like 5 seconds.
Really?
He could know everything. Like every digital interaction you had, he would know it. Every single one. So some really smart guys sat around and made like a software program, which then gathered all this data together and indexed it in a database. So at the push of a button, the President of the United States or the NSA or the CIA or whoever it is could see this data about you right away. What airplane tickets you bought. When did you go here, there? Like all manner of information about your life that's digitally stored. They have it all. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is like, maybe Signify with their many billions of dollars or whatever, and, sat around saying, okay, you know what? We got all these patents. Can you find out by scrubbing the internet? This is all speculation here, folks. Complete and total conspiracy theory. I got my tin hat on right now, okay? There's chemtrails and it's a flat earth. Okay, just for everybody right now. It's just pure speculation on the Lighthead Online Video Show today. No idea, but maybe they've developed some sort of software algorithm that searches the internet and looks for products that may be violating their patents. And they've gotten really good at this. And they've also gotten good at identifying maybe who's vulnerable, like who's got some cash. And maybe that, like, what happens is every day there's a report that gets spit out in the legal department at Signify that says, hey, there's some possible targets for your patent wars. Right? And so now it's like, oh, we're getting really good at this. Hey, this is a nice source of revenue. 20 million here, 30 million there, 5 million here, license this, license that, license this. Right? Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, they say, well, we ran out of patents. You ran out of patents. What? We need to get more patents. This is
How do we get more
great.
patents?
Like imagine if like someone came in your office and like you had this new sales rep working for you, and you had all this dead stock, and all of a sudden he's like, you're like, oh man, should I just throw it out? What should I do with all this dead stock? And this guy's like, oh, no, I got it. And he starts whizzle dogging it up, and next thing you know, you're selling all this dead stock for like huge profits. Like, well, I need more dead stock.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I get dead stock or whatever, right? You're kind of like, whoa, this is actually a good revenue stream for us, right? So, and I don't blame them. I'm not saying I'm not saying that my hypothetically constructed narrative, okay, is true. I'm just saying that it's interesting that every time I see Signify in the news, they're suing somebody about their patents. And they acquire Cooper, and they don't seem like natural bedfellows, right? Like that doesn't Signify and Cooper. And then, Cooper has a huge portfolio of patents. Let's pay $1.4 billion. Why? Well, we had a look at the public record of all the Cooper patents, because patents are public record. So they don't actually even have to go to Cooper and ask for the information. You can just go search it up at the USPTO. That's the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, for those of you that don't know what that stands for. It turns out that, you know what? That patent with our new Whizzle Dog Wingbanger Nintendo 64 system that we've built, that patent portfolio is worth about $5 or $6 billion. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Okay, let's call up the Netherlands. Someone get someone on the horn at Philips, Royal Dutch Philips, or whatever the heck it's called. Royal Philips, or whatever it is. Hey, we need $1 billion. What for? I'm just going to send you a 1-page summary. Okay. Summary goes out. There's some Dutch speaking in the background. Yeah, no problem. We're going to have the check in the it's coming over hot. We're going to do what do you call those? A wire transfer. Boom! Get that thing in there, right? Because I think it's easy money. I think shaking people down for patents is easy money.
It's an interesting angle. I didn't know you were going to go there with this. I like it, though. I mean, it's true. The Signify idea that you say is about patents. Cooper has a lot. They've been in business a long time. I don't know that they have a lot of patents, but I would assume. And I was trying to figure out why else they would do that, because Philips has their own line of Signify has their own line of fixtures, but not as complete as Cooper. Were they trying to buy business share? It doesn't sound to me like that would be worth $1.4 billion in this market today in lighting. But patents.
So let's give it a name. Let's call it a side hustle.
Side hustle.
Yeah.
Signify's side hustle is Cooper?
No, Signify. Yeah, it's Cooper's one of their side hustles, right?
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a side hustle because it doesn't have anything to do with innovation or selling light bulbs or anything like that. It's just a side hustle. What we're going to do is shake people down for patent infringement. Oh yeah. I mean, I'd do it if somebody came to me and they're like, yeah, you know what we do? Give me $1.4 billion, I'll give you back $6 billion. And the chances of that happening are like, here's why we think it's going to happen and everything else. And you know what? I mean, people don't like this kind of conversation because it kind of sounds like cigar room, back room, smoking cigars and non-innovation. But it's part of business, dude. It's part of business. It is what it is.
We talked about this being the year of the shakeup too. At the same time, consolidation. But is consolidation then? I mean, you talked about the technology. Is it about acquiring patents? Is that what it's about? Like getting more of a market share? I guess it relates. Because if you have
acquiring
the
acquiring a patent is a form of rent seeking.
Okay. Yep.
Do you know what rent seeking is?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're actively engaging in business activities, what you're doing is you're taking markets, you're making products, you're taking it to market, and you're trying to get paid by end user customers. What patents are is like buying. It's like the difference between this kind of a move and like making products is like the difference between you running Premier Lighting and taking your capital and investing it into lighting businesses or different revenue streams or whatever, and saying, nah, I'm going to take my money and put it into residential real estate because people will just pay me a certain amount every month.
Mhm.
right? So patents is a form of rent seeking. You license patents. You rent real estate, right? So yeah, I think it's about patents. And I mean, I could be 100% wrong. This is pure speculation from the Light Ted Online Video Show. But I've been right about this kind of stuff in the past.
And it's interesting. Something nobody else has talked about. So throw it out there.
This has been the Light Ted Online Video Show. This episode of the show is sponsored by U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. No, I'm just joking. This episode of the show is brought to you by Keystone Technologies. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com, baby. That's KeystoneTech.com. Light made easy, the retrofit kings.